Yo, what is good YouTube? Matty Dubs here, back with another video, guys. And we have some breaking news in the NFL. Officially, week 1 is in the books. The Philadelphia Eagles did go out on the road to New England and get a victory, 25-20, I believe the final score was. But in that game, they had an injury to second-year linebacker Nakobe Dean out of Georgia, which will hold them out for at least the next couple of weeks, opening up a roster spot, or maybe not a roster spot, but opening up a hole at the linebacker position. Obviously, you have Hassan Reddick, you have Nolan Smith, maybe Patrick Johnson, Zach Cunningham, Christian Ellis, but obviously they wanted to bring in someone that can fill a role for them, or at least add some depth for them going forward. And guys, they have just brought in former first-round pick Rashaan Evans to the team. He is signed to the practice squad, according to Adam Schefter. However, with that being said, though, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have the chance to be brought up to the active roster. And I actually would be kind of surprised if he wasn't brought to the active roster come the start of next week, whenever game time is. Sunday, I believe they play. When they do play, I believe he will be brought up to the active roster, just because he's been extremely productive at some points in his career. And, he's kind of had a couple of bad seasons. But last year, for the Falcons, which is these highlights, he actually had a very good season. 159 total tackles, 86 solo, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries. He's been a very good run stopper. He also, has fair share of sacks as well throughout his career. But the guy can play football. And for the Eagles to get him right now in free agency is honestly kind of surprising to me. Now, before we keep going in this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. You're already in the family. We're going to be covering the Eagles and the rest of the NFL for the entirety of the season. So join the family. But this is a good signing. Like I said, they're going to miss their starting linebacker at least for a couple of weeks here, and they just need someone to come in and replace that presence. Now, I don't think he's going to be as productive as we would have seen Nakobe Dean play, but I do think Evans is one of the best pickups, or a very solid addition to this roster this late into the offseason, or I guess we're into the season now. So to get him right now is, very, very good value. I don't think he'll come in to be a day one starter, but if he does, I think that this is a win-win scenario. You come in, you bring in this guy. If he makes, or if he comes in and starts, wow, got a starter out of free agency after week 1. And let's say he doesn't come in to be a starter, you got a very solid depth option here until Nakobe Dean comes back from his injury. So overall, I think that this is a good deal for them. A former first-round pick out of Alabama. Talent was never really the issue. He's coming off a 159 tackle season, which was a career high. 86 solo tackles, a career high. 2 sacks, basically tying his career high. A forced fumble. He had 2 fumble recoveries, a career high. He's coming off a pretty good season. He's not the best in terms of, defending the pass, which I think is something that will hold him back from being a star on this team. But to get him right now where they got him, absolutely stolen. So hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. I would give this an A+ grade, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Today's video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.